Hello and welcome to the shed. Hashtag Irish Bills Mafia with me, Trevor. It's Wednesday afternoon here at the minute. I do apologise for the video not going up last night. I just had some technical issues that I'm trying to fix, and I will get there. So please just bear with me. I was hoping to have a new microphone set up, but it didn't work right. So we'll get there. I am in the process of getting it fixed. So for today, you'll have to bear with the headset and the sound, and hopefully the next video coming out will have the microphone set up and ready to go. But anyway, you're very welcome along. Happy Wednesday here in Ireland today. We're promised rain. I can feel it coming. You can see the clouds get darker, but thankfully so far so good. We're having a nice day here, and I hope you are too, wherever you are. My video today, what I'm going to do is talk about the PFF and ESPN rankings. They released them for the preseason and where teams are in their opinions. And I'm going to concentrate mainly on the AFC East and the Buffalo Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets. And I'll talk about a few other teams as we go along on where they're fixed on the rankings, and do I think that they should be where the current big guys think they are. So that'll be my video today. If you are watching this, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. I'd love to get in contact with people and get their opinions and thoughts of things. You'll get me on Twitter at Bills_Irish, or X as it's called now. Instagram, you get me at the Irish Bills Mafia, and the YouTube here is the Irish Bills Mafia as well. Comments are well appreciated, and good or bad doesn't matter. Just let me know what you think, and we'll talk through everything, and hopefully things are good. So anyway, let me get into today's video. So PFF released a few days ago their preseason rankings of how the teams are. So I was going to work off just PFF, but then yesterday evening when I was preparing for the video, I seen ESPN had one as well. So I just said I'd compare the two of them and see, do I agree with what they think. So I'm going to go to the top 10 first, and on both. Most of them are very similar. There's a few changes, but there's one or two then that you're going, why is one so low or one so high and so on. And then we talk about the AFC East. So number one, both of them had the Chiefs. And number two, both of them had the San Francisco 49ers. And to be honest, they're the two teams that got to the Super Bowl. In many people's opinions, the San Francisco 49ers are the favourites right now to win the Super Bowl. So you would have them at 1 or 2, and the Chiefs are the defending champions, so you can't really take them off 1. Then number 3 and number 4, they sort of reverse. So PFF has the Lions 3, the Detroit Lions, and the Ravens 4, whereas ESPN has the Ravens 3 and the Lions 4. Now, there's not a lot of difference there, to be honest. Again, they're the two teams that got to the AFC and NFC Championship last year. And again, both teams are very strong going into this season. So can't complain. Like 3 or 4 is only preseason. There's a lot of work to be done. There's things will change, and once they get back to camp and stuff and get ready for the new season, then the preseason games, and it'll change all the time. But we're just looking at it right now. Then number 5, both have the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 6, PFF have the Green Bay Packers. Number 7 have the Tennessee Titans. The Houston Texans. Excuse me, the Houston Texans. Big difference. Then number 7, PFF have the Bills, and ESPN have the Dolphins. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Number 8, PFF have the Bengals, and ESPN have the Bills. Number 9, PFF have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The ESPN has Bengals. And number 10, PFF has the Houston Texans, and ESPN has the Packers. So the Packers go from 6 to 10 and 1. The Texans go from 10 to 6 and 1. They're like a lot of teams are there. They're similar. The big change is the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are 7 on ESPN, but the Dolphins are 11 on PFF. And to be honest, I kind of agree with PFF. I do not think that the Dolphins are ahead of the Buffalo Bills right now. I don't think they will be, but right now I don't think they are. What team in that top 10 stands out that I have a question mark over? There's a lot of them I don't disagree with, but the one team that stands out to me, other than the Dolphins and the ESPN one, is the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know they have rostered well and they've got their coaches in and they're building. But my question mark is their quarterback. Now, I like Jalen Hurts before anyone thinks that I don't like him for any reason. I do like him. But when the stuff hit the fan last year, he was part of the issue with the stuff hitting the fan. And I hope he fixes his issues because the rest of the roster looks pretty strong. But if he hasn't fixed his issues, then, the Eagles aren't going to improve on what happened at the end of last year very much. And I know it wasn't all on him. There was behind the scenes stuff, there was head coach stuff, there was players not performing stuff. But at the end of the day, if you win a game in the NFL, it's the quarterback. If you lose a game in the NFL, it's the quarterback. That's what a lot of people think. So he has to up his game to make sure if they lose a game, it's not his fault. And other than that, I don't see much differences to where I would have a team brought up or pushed down. Like the Dolphins in at the top 10, I wouldn't be a fan of, but they have their opinions and I have mine. The only team that, to me, that stands out that's not in the top 10, believe it or not, right now is the Los Angeles Rams. They're a team I would try and have fitted in somewhere. But again, who would you take out is, questionable. Like you have Puka Nacua and you have Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, and they're building all the time, and they had a great end of the season last year. And Puka's only going to get better. And if Matthew Stafford sorts out his contract, I don't think it'll affect him as a player anyway. I think that they'll be a team that'll be pushing in the NFC this year. So now we go to the AFC East. So PFF had the Buffalo Bills number 7. Now, for the record, I agree right now that we are roughly around number 7 in the rankings. We've had a lot of change, and we have to see how that change goes on. But for me, looking at it so far, I'm happy with the change. And I just hope that the players give what's in them and they can push themselves on. And we can go higher as the season goes on. I don't want to be number 1 right now because that means everyone's targeting you. And I'm happy sitting there at number 7, get our preseason in, get our preseason games in, and then get ready for the season and then push one game at a time. But they have us number 7 and we're number 8 in ESPN. And again, 7 or 8 right now, I'm happy enough with. Then the Dolphins are number 11 on PFF and they're number 7 on ESPN. Yes, they have huge weapons, but they have a quarterback that, will he get his contract or won't he? If he gets his contract, will it make him any better? Or will it just put pressure on him and cause more issues? I don't know. Then you have the Jets, and the Jets on PFF were number 25, and the Jets are number 17 on ESPN. Now, from what I hear and listen to people's conversations on podcasts and stuff, the Jets are going to be the AFC East champions this year. And time will tell whether they will or they won't, but we're just talking right now. If people think that, then why are they 25 or 17? It doesn't make sense. And then the Patriots, well, they're 31 and 30. And to be honest, they're down there. Like 32 on both are Carolina Panthers. So if you're a Carolina fan, it could be a long year ahead. But the Patriots will be the whipping boys for the AFC East this year. And I honestly don't care how they do against the Dolphins or the Jets. I just want the Buffalo Bills to make sure that we hockey them and send the message that we are top dog anytime we get a chance to play against an AFC East team, but especially the Patriots. the love for them. But anyway, they're down there. So going off this schedule, or this preseason ranking, the Patriots will have a long, slow season. And yes, it's Jared Mayo's first, time as a head coach. He's got new quarterbacks, whether he uses Jacoby Brissett or Drake May. They'll have to fit in. They'll have a new offensive system, new defensive system, and it's going to take time. The Jets are the ones that I find very funny, because listening to people, they're going to be the team to take it from the Bills. They're going to get to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is going to be God for the year, and he's going to throw everything and be Superman and the whole lot. And yet, on paper, they're down there 25-17. Now, where I would have them would probably be around the 17 mark. I wouldn't have them as low as 25. I think there's worse teams. But if Aaron Rodgers does get injured, then they could drop to a 25, because they have a quarterback's backups. Of course they do, but they are not in the same league as Rodgers. And Rodgers, in his head, might be in the league of Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes right now, but he ain't. But he's not far below that league. So he's the difference for them to be 17-10, as in 17-25. The Dolphins, I would have them around 11-12. I think that they're strong enough with their offense to get there, but they're not. For me right now, they're not a top 10 team. And there's contract negotiations with Tariq Hill at the minute. They've spent a lot of money on Jalen Waddle. Tua is looking for a new contract, and that cap is going to be ate up. What will they have left after if they come around with a new deal for Tariq Hill? Now, this is ifs and buts, and pay him more than what they're paying Jared Waddle, and Tua gets a huge contract. Then where's the rest of the money going to be? Because they won't have any. It'll be gone on 3 players. So it makes things interesting. If I was to give my top 10 of teams at the minute on paper, who would I have? Well, I'd have the Chiefs as one, because my argument is the same as theirs. They're the defending champions. Knock them off, and then you can be number 1. San Francisco 49ers would be 2, because I do believe that was a very strong outfit, and they'll go a long way. I would have the Detroit Lions number 3, and the Baltimore Ravens number 4, because again, until teams knock them off their perch, that's where they are. And I just think the Lions play sexier football than the Ravens. Not saying that's any less effective football, but that's the only difference. I just think that's Jared Goff and Ross St. Brown are, a connection that you'd like to watch. Lamar Jackson is very exciting too, and the Ravens, do play good football. Flowers will be a huge target for them this year, but I just think that's right now for me the Lions. Then we come to number 5, where the Eagles are on both their lists. Now, for me, I'd probably put the Houston Texans number 5. They've brought in big wide receivers. They have a full armory of them, including Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell will be coming back from his injuries. And you have CJ Stroud going into a second year. Now, I've heard a lot of questions about CJ Stroud and his second year syndrome. Will it hit like the teams will know what to do, how to get at him more, how to get him better? And only time will tell. But going off the end of last season, he's a player that is class, could lead the Texans to Super Bowls in years to come. And for me, I would have them number 5. Number 6, then I would probably put the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love showed last year how good he is, how good they are. They have weapons offensively and defensively. And I think that they're a team again that got to the playoffs and will look to push on this year. Number 7, I would have ourselves the Bills. And I'm happy being there right now, because we're going into the new season. We have a lot of changes offensively, um, defensively as well, and we have to see how they gel. But I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that the gel will come quick. I can see off the field that Josh Allen and the boys are working hard to get their groove on, and that's what you like to see and read, and that they're, doing things together, having a good relationship. The players want to play. Keon Coleman wants to learn. I think Keon Coleman could be one of the players of the year this year, just as long as he keeps his head normal like he is and keep going, because the work rate is there and the skill factor is there, and he's got Josh Allen thrown to him, and anyone that has Josh Allen thrown to you has a big advantage. There's only a few. You have Burrows thrown, you have Mahomes thrown, and you have Josh Allen thrown. And for me, they're the three best quarterbacks in the league. There's more on just below that, but they have to step up to that level. Then number 8, the Cincinnati Bengals. And I do believe the Cincinnati Bengals under Joe Burrow, if they can fix some of the contracts with the wide receivers, then they have a very good chance. But right now, just with what they have, I'm happy with them at number 8. Number 9, then I would have the LA Rams. And I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in there, but I just think the Rams with Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford, quarterback, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, wide receivers, they have a lot of weapons and a very good quarterback and a very good head coach. So I put them in as number 9. And number 10, and it's, there's a lot of teams that could be up there. The Steelers will be looking to be up there. The Falcons will be looking to be up there. The Jets would want to be up there, but I'm still out on them until we see how their quarterback plays in the first 3 or 4 games of the season, and then things might change. But I am going to put in the Dallas Cowboys at number 10. And the reason I have the Dallas Cowboys at number 10 is Dak Prescott, whether he gets his contract or not, will have something to prove. CeeDee Lamb, whether he gets his contract or not, will have something to prove. They're a team that are winning the NFC East and are looking to dominate it this year. They're looking to win a Super Bowl. I still think they're way off that, but in the ranking right now, I would look at them to be in the top 10 of the NFL. Like the Bears are high up in these rankings, but we've heard that Caleb Williams is struggling a bit with his OTAs. So we'll see when they come back how things are looking there. The Falcons have Kirk Cousins, and then they have Michael Penix Jr., and nobody knows what's going to happen there, and they have a load of weapons, and they're a team I would be watching. The Denver Broncos are a team that, if Bo Nix gets in, or who they're going to start as quarterback, and Sean Payton will need to start improving them this year, making them challenge in the AFC West. Beating the Chiefs, I don't know, but they'll have to start challenging them. Then you have the Los Angeles Chargers, who are in the AFC West as well. New head coach will need to start putting the pressure on them. Jim Harbaugh is in. He has the quarterback there of Justin Herbert, and Justin will need now to step up and show that he's worth the money that they spent on him. And Jim Harbaugh has done mighty at Michigan and won the championship last year in the college, and now he's moved back into the NFL, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on. But again, they need to put pressure on the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be interesting to see when that happens. Then you have the Raiders. They're 26 in one and 25 in the other. And again, another team, that will need to step it up a little bit. The teams that are in the bottom are kind of similar. We go from 27 down. You have the Titans, Commanders, Giants, Cardinals, Patriots, and Panthers. And they're similar on both, just in different positions. The only one that's different, they have PFF have the Broncos at 22, and ESPN have the Broncos at 30. So Michael McQuaid and the Denver Broncos. I don't know how you like that or don't like it, but it's a low mark for them, and I would have them a lot higher. But other than that, the teams are around the same. They're teams that will either come out and have an amazing season, or it'll just be a long slog, win a couple of games here, there, or whatever. And you would hope, like there's a lot of talent down there, that it'll be a balanced kind of a league where everything will be up to play for going into week 16, 17, 18, and all teams will have some kind of a shout for playoffs or stuff. But there'll be one or two of them, like the Carolina Panthers. They're ranked number 32. They've had the number 1 pick 2 years ago. They're still with a new quarterback, a new head coach. They're going to have to try and make a step forward to not be 32 in the ranks come this time next year, because it is. If you're a Carolina fan, you're going, this is it's a hard job, supporting a team that probably will be last or close to last in the competition. You just want your team to compete. We've all had our turns, and our teams have been that, and we all will again, but it's just that you want your team to compete and be able to play. But that's my rankings, my thoughts on the rankings. Let me know what you think. If you agree, disagree, if I left a team out, or should I move a team down, or whatever, let me know. But going off the 2 sets of rankings at this time of the year, it is interesting to see how the big companies like PFF and ESPN do see how the teams are going to go at this stage going forward. And for a Bills fan, we have something to look forward to. They have us in 7 and 8, so they know we're going to be in the top 10, or they think we are. Now, it's up to us to deliver, of course, but right now it's happy days. There's no football going on, so this is how we talk. So that's my video for today. I do apologize for it not going up last night, but hopefully either by the next video I'll have everything set up correctly and we'll be able to go. We're getting close. And as I say, if there's issues with the sound, I do apologize, but right now that's all I have. I got a new camera, so I hope a new phone, the camera in the phone, it looks pretty clear to here today, so hopefully that's doing the job as well. If you want to contact me or follow me or have any questions or anything you want to talk about, please do. I'm on Instagram at the Irish Bills Mafia. I'm on YouTube here at the Irish Bills Mafia, and I'm on X/Twitter on Bills_Irish, and you can contact me there, and we can have a chat about anything. And if you want to listen to a few podcasts this week or shows, you have at Nickel City Mafia on YouTube. Mike and Jake do brilliant work, and the gang. And I would like to thank Mike so very much for helping me work through my YouTube issues and what to put up and whatnot. So you're a gentleman. He, all the way from California, had a call at me this week to give me some guidance and some help. So I really do appreciate it. If you're NFL Ireland, you have Michael McQuaid, Mark Hogan and co. At NFL Ireland. Please give them a listen or a watch. They're with the Jake Ryan Bull show as well. You have the Overreaction Buffaloes at Overreaction Buffalo Network. They're on YouTube and Spotify and stuff. You have Joe Miller, you have Jerry Ostrowski, and you have John Fina, 2 guys that are on my show here that I really appreciate and listen and love listening to. Give them a listen. And you have Gaelic Gridiron, which would be English. Again, he does do local football and NFL football and has some brilliant guests on the show. And you get them at Gaelic Gridiron. Please give them a watch or a listen and a support as well, because there's plenty more shows, but these are my 4 favorite shows that I listen to and watch and keep an eye out for and get information from, because all 4 are terrific. The only other one I can mention is Joe Marino, excuse me. He's at Locked On Bills, excuse me. Again, another fascinating podcast that I love listening to. Again, Joe gives a different take to others, and between them all, it just comes across very well, and I enjoyed the whole lot. Well, that's my video for today, folks. I want to thank you very much for watching and supporting. And as I say, if you like it or you don't like it, give me a like or whatever, and all support is very welcome, and the view and comment, and I'll always reply to the comments because I respect every one of them. Going forward, I have a few ideas, but I want to get my setup set up correctly, and then we can move forward then after that. So once again, folks, thanks very much for watching, and I shall talk to you in our next video pretty soon. And as always, my friends, stay safe, stay happy, and go Bills.